بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
Okay, so now here what we'll do is we'll try to see what is exactly Telnet and what exactly it will do. Okay, Telnet is a protocol inside the TCP/IP, which means we already use a TCP/IP protocols. TCP/IP protocols is a protocol stack or the group of protocols which offers you other many services. In that, Telnet is another service. So Telnet is another specific service, works on port number 23. It's a way to access any device remotely. Remotely, if you want to access any device, we use normally Telnet. Okay, which means, let's say, let me take a simple example in terms of my networking. Like what I'll do is I'll take a simple topology. Now again, this is something you will see in the routing, mostly all these things. So this is kind of a pre-configured network. So just assume that you have a company organization, you have an head office, you have a Hyderabad office, you have a Bangalore, and you have a Delhi, probably connected to each other, and you're working for this organization. And most of the time, I'm sitting somewhere in my place. Maybe I'm sitting in my Hyderabad branch office, let's say. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, I'll just take an example. I'm sitting somewhere here. This is my laptop. This is my PC, where I'm exactly sitting on my head office, branch office, and my responsibility is to manage the entire network. Okay, so basically, entire network means it's not just three branch offices, it might be hundreds of locations. Okay, so most of the time, our job role, the network engineer job role, is to manage multiple devices from a single location. Okay, but now, up to now, we discussed the quick console connection, right? We have already discussed about the console connection. In the console connection, what we do, we just go to the router or we just connect a console cable and we access the CLI from here. Likewise, if I had to do it to the console, we do the console. Like that, we have to do for each and every device, which is practically not possible, right? Because if I have to manage devices, if I'm the network engineer sitting in the head office, branch office somewhere here in Hyderabad, and my manager expects me to manage the entire network, it might be a switches. There's not just one switch. There will be many switches. Okay, so not just one switch, and also expecting me to manage the Bangalore branch office with all the switches. Also, is expecting to manage the Delhi branch office, maybe more. And not only just switches, he's also expecting to manage the routers as well by sitting here. But now the question is, I cannot go to each and every location for every time to get the console to access remotely. That's not practically possible. Okay. So still, if I have access to these devices, so simply I can remotely access the device via Telnet. So if I have to access any device, I don't need to travel to Bangalore or to Delhi in order to access. I can sit here and I can access any device remotely. That is what Telnet allows you to do that. Okay. So what is Telnet? Let me show you how I can do. Again, what are the things you do? We'll see it. By sitting here, I just need to type in a simple thing. I just need to go to the command prompt, just like we do on a normal PC. I just go and set Telnet. Telnet, I need to know the IP address of the particular device. Okay. Now the IP address here is 10.0.0.2. That's what it is. It's pre-configured, so I don't need to do it. 10.0.0.2. I can just Telnet. Of course, there's no Telnet password configured, which I have to do it. So let me just quickly do this. Okay, I'll show you how to do all these things. I'm just giving you the scenario what generally you have to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply go and say, let me show you line VT by 0 space 4. I'll explain these commands. I'm going to simply say password Cisco, let's say Cisco 123, whatever. And then I'll say login and the other things. I need to say enable password. Again, I'll talk about this enable password as well. Enable password, and I'll save the configurations. Right command is to save the configurations. So what I can do is I can simply go and set telnet to this device. It will immediately ask me the password. And that's what it is going to do. So what I have to do is I need to enter the password. What's the password I have set? Cisco 123. You can see I'm on the router 2. And then I need to type enable, because again it will ask you the enable password. I need to enter the enable password. And once I do this, I'm sitting in the router 2. Not just router 2, even it can be router 3, switch 1, switch to any device. You can say I'm able to access this device. Okay. So what is Telnet? Telnet is the most common way you access the devices because you have a rack, maybe the rack room somewhere in the building 1, and you might be sitting in the building 2. Maybe you're sitting in a different location, or maybe I'm just sitting in my Hyderabad branch office, but still I can access any device. It can be a router, it can be a switch, it can be a firewall, any device remotely. So the remote access is always possible, and that's what you generally do. Okay, so the console is only applicable for the initial setup for the first time. Okay, so most of the time we use Telnet. Telnet is a remote way, but the prerequisite is a lot of things. So it's not like you can do Telnet any device. You cannot sit here and access Yahoo server or anything. That's not possible within the company network. Okay. But the problem is, in order to access the device remotely, there are some prerequisites you need to understand. What are the prerequisites? There must be an IP connectivity. Like in this example, I'm sitting here. In my example, what I'm doing, I'm sitting somewhere here. This is my PC, which is having the IP address of 192.168.1.1. I think 1.2, that's the PC IP. We must have the IP connectivity. So if I want to access this router 2, which is on a remote location, or the router 3, or the switch 3, whatever the device, the basic thing is you must have the connectivity. Connectivity means you must have the LAN connection through the switch, and then there is a WAN connection. Of course, the connectivity is important. So basically, the connectivity is important. Connectivity and routing is also required if it is on a remote network. Now, what is routing? How to do that? We will be covering that in the routing section. Right now, I'm not getting into that. I just have a pre-configured topology, which I already did, routing and other things. And I'm just showing you that this is something what you will do. Okay. Now, that's the first thing. You need to make sure that you have a connectivity. IP connectivity means you must have the connectivity, and then you must have the IP addresses configured. And additionally, if there's a different network, you need to have a routing. And the third thing, you need to have the passwords. If you remember, when the first time I tried to, when I try to Telnet, it simply rejects the connection. And the reason, because there was no password set. There was no password set. Then immediately what I did, I went to router 2 and I have configured the password. I have simply configured the password. I have configured the password on the VTY line. VTY line is the line from where you enter the Telnet. And I simply configure the password. Okay. Now, once you configure the password, then also I have configured the enable password. Enable password is for if anyone types enable command to go to the next mode. Again, I'm asking to prompt for the password. And you can see once I do that, I'm able to see here, you can see. Then again, I did telnet to that IP. Immediately, it will ask me the password because there is a connectivity and also there is an IP address, there is a routing. And also there is a password configured. So it will immediately prompt for the password where I have entered Cisco 123. And then I want to go to the next mode. Next mode command, what is that? Enable. So when you say enable, we can also set enable password. So if you remember, enable password was Cisco, so which I have set. Then once you enter the correct password, you are immediately into this mode. So this is exactly same like as if you're sitting here via console. So this is same as I'm doing Telnet, okay? So 99% of the time, 99.9% I can say, you will always use the remote access because technically or practically it's not possible for you to console each and every time. Even though you are sitting in the same building, you have the rack room probably in the 4th floor and you might be sitting in the ground floor. So every time you cannot go and check to the rack room. So you just don't visit. Then there are many engineers working for more than 8 to 10 years without actually seeing the actual devices. Okay. So that's how it's going to work. So you don't really see everything, but at the end you will be managing the network without actually seeing it because you know the topology, you have the diagram, you have the IP addresses, you have the connectivity. And most of the time we use Telnet. In fact, Telnet is not secure. We use SSH. I'm not getting into that right now. Similar to Telnet, there is SSH, which is more secure connection. But for that, we need to do some setup, which I'll cover up in the security module, where we try to see what is SSH and how it is better than Telnet. But this is what you do. Okay, so technically, you don't actually travel around to access the devices. So console is required to do these things, because if I want to assign the IP address, if I want to change the name, first time what you do console. If you want to assign the IP address, you have to do console. If you want to assign the password, you need to do console. So the console is required only for the first time. Okay, like if you see here, when I was trying to do the configurations here, I'm setting the password via console. Okay, I'm setting the password via console. And also, I have to set the IP address via console. Right now, I did not do that because already the IP addresses are pre-configured. How to configure the IPs and what are the rules and all, we'll talk about this in the routing section. So I just took this pre-configured topology for you to understand the importance of Telnet, how it correlates in the live networks, because in the production scenarios, we will be using majority of the connections via Telnet. Okay.